Got down out of the cattle truck in the Amarillo night. Looked up at the Texas sky, thought of his last ride. He'd trade all of his tomorrows for 8 seconds one more time. Nearly made world champion cowboy back in 1969. He thanked the driver for the ride and he closed the semi-door. Limped across the hot parking lot to a liquor store. He held on to the bottle as he counted out his change. Felt like some old saddle bronc that turned out on the range. When the rodeo is over, where does the cowboy go? He never thought it'd be his last ride until the last time he got through. When your heart can't take the losing, the lose can't take the blows. When the rodeo is over, where does the cowboy go? Whiskey on his breath, age in his eyes, he'll hitch a ride on the interstate late into the sunrise. When the rodeo is over, where does the cowboy go? He never thought it'd be his last ride until the last time he got through. When your heart can't take the losing, knees can't take the blows. When the rodeo is over, where does the cowboy go? When the rodeo is over, where does the cowboy go?
Bravo,
Master.
bravo, Master.
Wow.
Jhon, acá hay una historia. Esta canción fue interpretada por una intérprete que acaba de ganar 2 Grammys.
Wow, increíble.
Yo le pide el nombre. Continúa.
Thank you, Billy.
Um,
Wow, Master.
Okay.
Yo quisiera preguntarte sobre, bueno, hay un escrito que es dado por ti que está en el álbum nuevo de Tanya Tucker. Coméntame un poco sobre aquella realización y aquel posible, esta gran alianza que es increíble.
Yes, tell us more about this alliance with Tanya Tucker, because we read something that you wrote about this album. Tell us more about that.
Shooter Jennings produced her album last year, him and Brandy Carlisle, and it won 2 Grammys. And Shooter is singing on my new album, and he was telling me the other night that he just recorded my song, Where Does the Cowboy Go, on Tanya's new album, which should be out in the next 30 days or so. So watch for my news. Her new album's got my song on it, Where Does the Cowboy Go?
Antes de traducir, es que este álbum saldrá dentro de 30 días. Entonces,
wow,
saca cuando
increíble.
hagas esto. Esa es la colaboración. Yes, Jhon said that, of course, we will release this interview before this album comes out, so people can listen to it.
All right, thank you, my friend.
No, my pleasure. Además, lo más importante es que me gustaría pues felicitarte porque alcanzó en el álbum de 14 semanas en Desperate Men, que obviamente fue un gran, invaluable disco y pues obviamente se gana el respeto de Johnny Cash. Entonces, ¿cómo es esa experiencia? Really?
Just man, Master, how was the experience with the 14 weeks with Desperate Men, that even Johnny Cash has something to tell about this album? Tell us more about this great experience in your career.
Okay, you want to know about the Desperate Men and the Johnny Cash story?
Yes.
Okay. My song Desperate Men was out, and it gets in the Americana charts to number 2. And Johnny Cash had been number 1 for 14 weeks. And the record company called me and said, we're knocking Johnny Cash out of the charts next week. And I said, I don't want to knock Johnny Cash out of the charts. And they said, well, we're going to. And I said, I'll stop the record. So I started calling radio stations, telling them, get off my record. And Hank Cochran, who produced it and spent the money on it, called me and said, if you tell one more station, get off our record, I will sue you. And I said, Hank, it's like blasphemy for me to knock Johnny Cash out of the charts. And he said, you better not do it again. So Johnny Cash heard that I tried to stop the record. I went to number 1 and he came down to number 2. And he sent me a letter and said, congratulations on your number 1. You deserve it. I've been there and done that, Johnny Cash. And that's really about the biggest thing that ever happened to me in the business, you know.
Jhon, es que él incluso le pidió, el maestro Billy le pidió detener las emisoras, el no poner ese disco porque estaba que vencía a Johnny Cash. Y fue el maestro Johnny Cash que le dijo, te felicito, te felicito. O sea, fue el disco que logró de un momento a otro, las 14 semanas que tenía en el favoritismo Johnny Cash, vencerlo.
Oh, increíble. No, y
Y
además,
dice que es lo más grande de su carrera.
increíble, Master. Además, bueno, sí quisiera pues comentarte que hace ya un buen ratico tuvimos la experiencia con uno de tus colegas que es Aaron Rodgers. Obviamente sabemos sobre tu nominación al Grammy y pues me gustaría saber no solo con colaboraciones que has hecho, sino también en que, hombre, estás como un roble, 73 años, 52 años en el negocio. ¿Cómo te defines en una palabra?
Okay, we got one of your friends, Aaron Rodgers, here in the channel, and we're going to say a phrase that is from Colombia. In Colombia, we say when somebody's still kicking hard, we say it's like a no. It's como un roble. Man, you're still like a no. 52 years in the business. Man, yes, tell us more. I don't know, any anecdote with your friends, with Aaron. How do you still giving it hard, even in all these years in your career?
Oh, Aaron, yeah. Y'all like Waylon Jennings? Waylon?
Yes, Waylon Jennings, yes.
Yeah, you know, Aaron got to play on that last album. Well, they're doing a documentary on Waylon, and they're using my song in it that I wrote called When Waylon Came to Nashville. You all want me to play that?
Go ahead, Master. Jhon, el maestro va a tocar una canción que Waylon Jennings va a interpretar en su álbum.
Wow. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
They called him an outlaw. Watasha was his name. He was a Texas guitar picker, led an outlaw game. Some folks down in Nashville said he'd never really amount to anything. He worked the night shift and they run the roads all day, looking for a party or any place to play. They didn't have to chase no women, it was all they could do to get away. He flew higher than the eagle they were riding on. He took a band of outlaws across the land to sing the world his song. Running up and down the highway, he was breaking all the rules. When Waylon came to Nashville, he made outlaw music cool. Waylon told him his name is soaring eagle in the sky. And then his wings would stand back, he'd watch the eagle fly. He always landed on his feet, knew that Richie had the backbeat, and no way more if he sang another stroke. He flew higher than the eagle they were riding on. He took a band of outlaws across the land to sing the world a song. Running up and down the highway, he was breaking all the rules. When Waylon came to Nashville, me habla música.
Bravo.
Wow, bravo, Master. Wow, es increíble. Además, esta experiencia, esta oportunidad, nosotros estamos agradecidos. Muy bueno, para continuar, es que Susan también me compartió un poco sobre lo que es la celebración del cumpleaños número 85 de Waylon Jennings. Sabemos de que estuvieron colegas tuyos, que es Travis Tribe, Tom, The Deuce, Way. Entonces, lo importante es saber sobre cómo fue la experiencia ante, bueno, disfrutar.
Master. In fact, Susan was telling us about the celebration of the 85th birthday of Waylon Jennings. Tell us more, because we know that you hang out with some of your friends. Tell us more about this experience.
Yeah, I met Waylon in 1971, and I got to know him in 1972, and he was a friend of mine. You know, I've been very fortunate. I got to meet most of the old greats, and a bunch of them recorded my songs. You know, Willie's recorded two of my songs, Willie Nelson and Hank Cochran and Johnny Paycheck. A lot of them recorded my songs, and I don't know how that happened, but it just did. And then all of a sudden, these new guys started recording my songs, like Cody Jinks, Colter Wall, Whitey Morgan, and those guys, you know. So I've been really fortunate. That's how I stayed in the business so long, was somebody would always cut one of my songs, you know. And that's how I've been in the business so many years.
Dice que para él es un honor que una persona que ha estado en el negocio tantos años como Waylon, pues siga usando las canciones de Billy, que claro, estuvo con sus amigos ahí resumiendo.
Wow, esto ha sido excelente. También lo más importante es saber de que obviamente con 52 años de carrera, que lo cual es increíble, que es uno de los, puedo decir que uno de los últimos de la generación del country, country. Entonces, americana, por supuesto. Entonces me gustaría saber sobre ¿qué recomendación le das al country actual que de pronto que nunca pierda la esencia de Don't Beat It on Board?
Master, knowing that you are one of the remaining of the real Americana, real country, what would you tell to these new country artists to never lose the essence, the sound of the Americana sound, that you are one of these artists that still going with this genre without changes? We in fact, we were talking with Aaron that still got the old sound. We know that country has gone through many changes.
You know, I don't really listen to the new country music that's out there, but I'm not going to say nothing bad about it, because that's where it is now. But I guess I'm more old school, what they call old school. You know, because I came up old school, I guess. But a lot of these kids, man, are recording my songs now. 20-year-old kids recording my songs, so it's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. But I don't have nothing to say bad about any music, because if anybody that's playing music, making a living at it, you got to salute them, you know, because it's not an easy thing unless you got something to offer, you know.
Master, we got a friend from Mexico. His name is Cesar. He's not here, but he led you this question. In your record, The Country Blues, there are songs about Mexico. One is Running Drugs Out of Mexico, and the other one is Mexican Woman. Tell us more about, these songs. In fact, it's crazy because this interview is doing in Latin America. We are in Colombia, but people from all around the world listen to you. Tell us more about this album and these two songs.
You know, the furthest south I've been is Acapulco, and I got in some trouble over drugs one time. Would you like me to do Running Drugs Out of Mexico or Mexican Woman?
What the song that you want to talk about? Go ahead. The two or one of them. Don't worry.
Night was hot and humid. We were south of Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. Told me go, we want more money. Said, hombre, something's funny. Pulled an AK-47, full of bastards, full of holes. Carlos told me grab them kilos and we took the El Camino that they wouldn't be a-needing anymore. I won't speed my mind, it was turning. Goodyear tires were burning. As we blasted into daylight, we was running up down Mexico. Think it's a good life, lots of money, good times. Hey baby, I wonder, do you know? Yeah, big time bad, low down thieves, small town cops, state police, DEA, and of course, Border Patrol, buying drugs out of Mexico. One thing that I learned, there's a point of no return. When you ante up, someone loses and someone wins. When the stakes start getting higher, if you ain't scared, man, you're a liar. When real rolls into action, fun and games come to an end. Carter stopped, then he flipped a quarter before we reached the border. Wrong end of a Negro told me I was the one to go. Stubbed my pistol in my pocket, straddled a crotch rocket, shot across the border like a UFO. We run drugs out of Mexico. You think it's a good life, lots of money and good times. Hey Duchess, I wonder, do you know? Yeah, big time bad, low down thieves, small town cops and state police, DEA and of course the Border Patrol. We're on drugs out of Mexico.
Wow.
Wow, man.
Y'all like that?
That's the best answer ever.
Best.
Gracias.
Best. Salud, cheers.
Cheers, salud, as we say in Colombia, salud.
Salud.
To my Colombian friends, a toast.
Yeah, I was drinking beer, but you're drinking
Whiskey.
more real stuff.
Master también.
I'm a whiskey man.
Yes, you're a whiskey man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Master, antes de poder culminar esta grandiosa entrevista, yo sí quisiera recordarte tus primeros álbumes, o sea, tus primeros discos de Haggard Hank son clásicos de los clásicos del 2004, que es donde todos amaron más el country por tu contribución, hubieron mucho más. Entonces yo quisiera preguntarte sobre, bueno, ¿qué despierta en ti este álbum, todos estos discos?
About the record Haggard Hank, what wake up inside of you this record? This record got really liked back in the 2004 to the people. So what memories or what feelings get you from this record, Haggard Hank?
Oh, Haggard and Hank, yeah. Yeah, you know that my first European tour I got because of this Haggard and Hank. It's been good to me. It's one of my most requested songs. Would you like to hear it?
Master, it will be a pleasure.
I grew up listening to Hank Williams songs, no doubt he was the greatest of all. Gave up my young years to sit in a back room to sing his songs, stare at the wall. Then it happened one day, started to play in the nightclubs till the people went home. And now 20 years later, 3 ex-wives too, Hank Williams, I blame that on you. I was out in California when I first heard Haggard singing, the bottle let me down. I'll never forget the impression he made on this boy in a small country town. Lost my wife in my car, trying to be a star. Caught a freight train out of town like a rodeo. Haggard, you bastard. Hank, I'm so plastered. I wish my heroes played football instead. Yeah, Haggard and Hank, this old show business stinks. Drunk on my ass, wrecked in a ditch. And it's you guys I blame with your songs in my brain. Haggard and Hank are a son of a bitch.
Wow, Billy, es un honor también felicitarlo a Susan también. También este es un espacio ya para que digas tus redes sociales, invita a la gente de Colombia, Latinoamérica y gran parte de todas las personas que te escucharán sobre tu nuevo disco, tu nueva participación. Invita y despídete de la mejor manera.
Master Billy, this is a chance for you. The camera is yours to invite people to follow your social media, to stay ahead for your new record. We will put this interview before this come out. So the camera is your master. For us, it's really an honor. So invite people to your social media and to buy your new record. Go ahead.
Well, my website is billydonburns.net. Usually my dates I'm playing are on there and some merch and stuff like that, you know.
And invite people to get tuned for your new record. I don't know. What else do you want to the people to stay tuned for you?
Okay, the people that worked on this new record with me, Shooter Jennings is singing a song with me, which is Waylon and Jess's only son they had together. And Way Jennings is singing one with me. That's Terry's son, Waylon's oldest son's boy, Waylon's grandson. And Cody Jinks is singing on my new record. And Hawkshaw Hawkins Jr. There's 4 or 5 different people. I can't think of all of them right now, but hopefully that'll be out in the next 90 days.
Wow. Bueno, Jhon ahí nos contó cuándo va a salir las personas que nacen el disco.
This is my first song that Willie Nelson did of mine in 1992 called I Don't Have a Reason to Go to California Anymore. I met her by the ocean, lying in the California sun. She was something special, like I'd never found in anyone. Living here in Texas sure kept this old cowboy on the move. She said when I wasn't with her, someone else would be pulling all her shoes. That girl, she hypnotized me, had me buying her love tickets every week. Every time she mentioned Texas, I moved a little farther up the beach. Then the day she finally told me, long distance love ain't working like before. You don't have a reason to come to California anymore. No, I don't have a reason to go to California anymore. When she closed her heart, she closed the California door. Might as well fall in the ocean like I've heard it said 100 times before. 'Cause I don't have a reason to go to California anymore. I don't have a reason to go to California anymore.
Jhon, esa fue la canción que grabó en el 92 Willie Nelson, adivina.
Wow, man. Billy, thank you so much for the opportunity. Gracias, Susan. Una increíble gestión. Gracias también por la paciencia, por todo. Y bueno, gracias, muchas gracias.
Amigos, it has been a real pleasure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
The pleasure is ours. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Bye bye,
much.
Susan. Bye bye, Master Billy.
Hope we meet someday. I hope to meet you guys someday. It'd be wonderful.
We hope meet someday, Jhon, que espera que nos veamos de pronto, de nuevo.
Yes.
Bye bye,
I'll
Master.
send you the update when the album comes out too.
Of course, Jhon, que también hagas como cuando salga el álbum, como que invites a la gente a comprarlo, ¿listo?
Por supuesto. Yes.
Of course.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure.
Adiós. Bye bye.
Adiós.
Chao.
Adios, amigos.
We were desperate. We were desperate men.